This is going to be a love reading for the collective. So before we begin, there's always going to be something that I would like to say whenever it comes to a love reading. If you are in a connection, relationship, or if you are dating, or even if you're not, right? Even if you're not looking for love right now, or maybe your love life is stagnant, the most important thing that we can do in life is to build our value and to build our self-love. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to start off with. Now, when it comes to any sort of connection, dating, relationship, number two, if you have insecurities that come out in a connection, which often they do, and often these insecurities are some of our oldest wounds. And hopefully you are using astrology to heal your wounds. My advice is to really focus on healing your insecurities. If you are in a connection, if you are in a relationship, I believe you can do that while you are dating someone, getting to know someone in a relationship. The healthiest relationships are going to be those where both parties are aware of their insecurities and their wounds, and they're actively healing them to the best of their abilities. Now, the third thing I would like to say is please beware of YouTube tarot readers that are primarily talking about love. I've watched many of these people. I see through their tricks. A lot of them are scammers. A lot of them are really playing on the insecurities of their viewers. Some of these YouTube love readers have hundreds and thousands of subscribers, and I hope that if you are following any of these YouTubers, you can see the ones that are, really doing some shiesty things with tarot, right? Because when I watch them, and I'm a tarot reader and I understand astrology and tarot, all I'm seeing is they are manipulating the insecurities of people, getting them to watch a YouTube tarot love reading to see how the person that they're interested in feels about them. And I'll be honest with you, if you have that much insecurity that you have to go to YouTube to get advice on love, especially from a person like that, you shouldn't be dating. You shouldn't be in the relationship that you're in. You have too many wounds and insecurities. And if you have too many wounds and insecurities and you are going to a YouTube tarot reader to figure out what's going on in your love dynamic, that's a clear red flag of you should probably not be dating, and you should focus on yourself, focus on your value, and focus on your self-love. All right, so with that being said, here's the reading for the collective as far as love goes. We're going to pick 5 cards here, and then we're going to clarify with 2 cards. Okay, so let's see what we get. Oh, I'm excited. Especially after what I just said. I hope I come through. Okay. All right. Okay. So let me just show you what they are here. So we have the Knight of Wands to the Queen of Cups, to Justice, to the Seven of Pentacles, to the Tower. So the Tower is shown up here in this love reading, okay? So the Knight of Wands is about being adventurous, being playful. He is definitely willing to go on adventure. This is a big part of how you should look at love. Without any attachment to what's going to happen in a connection, in a relationship, in any love dynamic that you're in, have a playful, joyful, adventurous spirit, right? That's the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is ready to go on an adventure, right? And obviously you want to be responsible. He's riding a horse. He's going on an adventure. He has his armor on because he knows at any time he can be wounded or he could be thrown off of this horse, but he is going on this adventure enthusiastically. So obviously protect yourself, have boundaries in any sort of love dynamic that you're in right now, but try to have a playful, adventurous energy to it, right? Take it from me. I'm a Venus in Scorpio. I'm very intense in love. I do my best to practice this advice whenever I'm in a connection, right? Because connections, there's a place for intensity in connections. There's a place for that deep, profound, dynamic that people create or are involved in when it comes to a connection. But the best connections in love that we are going to have is if we have an adventurous spirit to it. And that's what the Knight of Wands is saying. Queen of Cups is very straightforward. The Queen of Cups is saying that you need to follow your heart, right? This is you if you are in any sort of connection or relationship or love dynamic right now, I believe it's a powerful, especially right now with everything that's going on with Saturn and Neptune retrograding back into Pisces. It's a powerful time for intuition. The Queen of Cups is about following your emotions, following your feelings, trusting your intuition, trusting those gut feelings that you have. She has this big cup in front of her. And, that's meant for you to follow your heart, right? So, following your heart is cliche, but it's all about trusting those gut instincts, trusting your intuition with the Queen of Cups here. And, if you're in any sort of love dynamic right now, your intuition should be, if it's a healthy love dynamic, if it's a healthy connection, your intuition is giving you messages all the time, and you have to tap into that, right? If insecurities are clouding a connection, then your intuition is not going to be as strong, and you're not able to follow your heart as much. Right? And then we have Justice. Justice, and this is a Libra card, so this is a card of relationships, right? Justice is all about keeping balance, right? Looking at, all of the details and the evidence of this connection that you're in, making sure that you have a balanced perspective on it. The power of Libra is that they can see things from all sides. He's holding a scale in his left hand and a sword in his right hand, right? That balance from the scales is giving him mental clarity with the sword, right? So not just in love, but in any aspect of your life that requires an objective perspective, the Justice card is showing up here to say that you need to do your best to practice objectivity, right? No attachment to outcome in dating. Don't put too much pressure on it. Keep it light, keep it fun, be honest, be vulnerable, do the things that you need to do in order to, either establish a healthy connection or maintain a healthy connection in love. And that balanced, objective perspective is coming up in the Justice, with the Justice card in this reading. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles, no matter what in a connection, you're going to get to a point where you're going to ask, is this worth it? Right? This is a card of analysis. Like this is we all do this in a love connection. You're asking yourself, is this worth it? And if it's worth it and you know that it is, you keep going. But this is for those of you right now that are in a love connection that are asking yourselves, is it worth it? Right? And the key to the Seven of Pentacles is that if it's not worth it, like you have to let go of the things that are not the best in the connection, but you have to focus on the strengths of the connection, right? Because once you do a very powerful analysis of this connection that you're in, be it in early dating or if it's in a relationship, you have to focus on the things that are worth working on, right? And then the next card is the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is all about working on one particular thing. It's focusing on one particular thing. So once you go through this analysis in this connection that you're in, be it in early dating or if this is an established relationship, you have to release the things that aren't working and accept them. No relationship is going to be perfect. No connection is going to be perfect. But if there are especially one thing, but if there are things that you would like to see through, things that you would like to work on, things that you would like to build towards, then you get to the Eight of Pentacles. And that's the key to the Seven of Pentacles. It's just asking yourself, what is worth working towards and building and what is not, so I can just release that and focus on the things that I need to work on. And then we have the Tower, right? So the Tower is showing up in a love reading, right? So this is saying that, obviously for some of you in a Tower, in a love reading, when the Tower is showing up, is that it's saying that there's going to be something that brings you down to reality. Or if you are not living in reality in this connection, the Tower is going to create something that's going to bring you down to reality, right? The story of the Tower is that these people have been living in their tower. They haven't been out in the world. They haven't been facing reality. And the lightning bolt strikes the tower and they have to jump out of the windows because they need to be brought back down to reality. So, if the Tower is showing up, be prepared for a Tower moment. Sometimes Tower moments are just inevitable and unexpected. They can bring about a sudden change, right? Or you can initiate a Tower moment in yourself. Where are the places in this connection or in dating or in anything that has to do with love and romance right now? Where are you not living in reality? right? And that's another issue that we're facing right now with especially Neptune going into Pisces, right? Neptune going into Pisces is going to add like a dream-like layer to a lot of our connections, not just in love, right? Where we can see things through rose-colored glasses. We're not looking at the evidence with the Justice card, right? You have to always be objective and look at the evidence, not get so caught up in your feelings. And if you do that, then you could initiate a tower moment. You can bring yourself to reality with whatever it is that you are facing in love and in your connections right now. But it's all about just understanding the parts that are, where you're operating in a dreamlike state where it's not, grounded in reality, because the tower is going to ground whatever you're experiencing in love right now. It's going to ground it back down to reality. Okay, so let's clarify with 2 cards here. And I like to leave them face down and then see what they come up, how they come up, because I definitely like to. So I definitely like to read them together. So Justice is coming up again, right? So we're clarifying this reading with Justice, and then we have the 5 of Pentacles. So these two together are saying that obviously, yeah, you have to look at the evidence of this connection. You have to look at where you are in love right now. You have to be balanced in your connections in love. But the story of the 5 of Pentacles is that these two people experienced a similar loss or a similar defeat, right? And you can see they're out in the cold. One of them is on crutches. They both experience an L together, right? And they're walking away because it's like they both experience something, powerfully devastating, or they experience the loss and they're moving forward. And, it's a card of you focusing on the strengths, right? So it's like relationships are tough. Dating is tough, right? It's a challenge, but you have to focus on your strengths and what you're learning from your relationship. You have to focus on your strengths from what you're experiencing from dating, if you are dating. Right? And so this is saying that, yeah, maybe you've been left out in the cold in the past. Maybe dating has hurt you in the past. Relationships have hurt you in the past. But how did it make you stronger? Right? And then with Justice, again, you have to look at the evidence of how your experiences in the past has led to more strengths. All right. So, good luck in love and have fun. And again, just this is the key card to me. Be adventurous with love. Right? Be honest, be vulnerable, have fun. It's not so serious, right? Don't treat it so seriously, and just do your best to keep it light. Whenever with whatever you're experiencing in dating right now. Let me say that again. Keep it light with the Knight of Wands, with whatever you are experiencing in dating right now. And good luck. Have fun.